Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, we will be talking about me hitting my first 10,000 in sales on my website. If you haven't been on my website, it is chardazy.com, which is right here. Also link in the description box. So let's get in. First off, I want to say, of course, there's people that make like $1 million in 5 minutes. There's people that make $10,000 in 2 minutes. I am not one of those people, but I do think it's important to celebrate every milestone. I've been in business for like 3 months, so the fact that I've hit 10,000, I've passed 10,000 in sales is nuts to me. I cannot believe that people even give me their money like continuously. So I wanted to make this video kind of like for a realistic person in business. Not to say that those people aren't necessarily realistic, but not everybody's just gonna drop and make $10,000 in a day. So I just wanted to go over things that I've learned, not so much advice, but just kind of like things I've gathered in this journey, and just like what's next for me, what I'm working on, etc. So first thing I want to say is, do not compare your, for me, month 3 to someone's year 3. I follow so many people that have boutiques or brands in general, and they will be like, oh, I did 500 orders this month or whatever, and they're 3 years in business. Like, it is realistic, but it's okay if that's not what's happening for you. Like, they are deep in the game at that point. They are so much further along, so of course it makes sense that they're seeing the fruits of their labor more. And that's something that I have to tell myself like too often, like, girl, your year 3, your month 3 is not their year 3. Y'all are in 2 different things. Y'all are doing 2 different things. Their path is their path, not yours. So don't get so hung up on like, oh my god, this person sold out of the whatever. Like, I just really try to focus on my own race. That has been my biggest thing in life lately. Like, I think this whole year, just like, my journey is mine. I'm in my lane. There's no traffic in my lane. I'm just focused on me and not what anybody else is doing, not what they're selling, none of it. I try not to really think about that, because otherwise you'll just be like comparing yourself or beating yourself down about stuff that's just like, it's not yours anyway, so why does it matter? So that's the biggest thing I've had to like really grapple with. Following that, I would say I've learned so much about like just ads. I made a video when I was gonna bring my website back, and I was talking about ads and whatnot, but I took a course and I'm actually retaking it so I can take it with notes. But their ads are just nuts. Like, so many women that have boutiques make so much money just off ads. So I'm like, I have to get into this ad game. I have some ads going. I've made like almost $700 off of ads, which is great, but I'm like, I need to really kick it in gear, learn these ads so that I can continue to grow my business, reach new audiences, especially because I literally started my business, then moved to a whole different state, and the weather is completely different here. So most of my client base is in Michigan, and it's already cooler there, and it's hot as I don't know what in Texas. So I do have to bring in fall that would work for Michigan, because I don't have a big Texas base. So I'm running ads for Texas so I can get some traffic and hopefully get some clients through there. I have sent out a few items to random people that I don't know that live in Texas, so I'm super excited about that. It's nice to know that my ads are working. So I just need to continuously find my target audience, which leads me to my next thing. You do need to know your target audience. Not everybody is your target audience. I remember seeing an ad for beard stuff, and I'm like, now that I'm in this ads course, I'm like, they're not focused on their target audience. They're just putting out ads, and which is nice. You see ads and they'll have like 100,000 views, 10,000 likes, but it's like, if their target audience is not who they're advertising for, it's kind of pointless. Like, I probably like that post, but I'm not gonna buy anything from there. Like, I don't have a beard. So it's very important to find your target audience and focus on your target audience. I do have an idea of my target audience or my ideal customer. My ideal customer is, I have two friends that come in mind, Deja and Tamia. Deja just moved to Atlanta. She's super, just so cool, so into luxury, about her business, dresses well, loves makeup, like that kind of girl. And Tamia, I would say the same thing for her. She lives in the Detroit area, loves luxury, is about her business, and they're both like the 25, 26 range. So that's like my ideal customer. So I am very conscious of trying to reach that kind of person. They don't necessarily have to be that age, but the girl that is a go-getter, the girl that loves glam, the girl that likes to be dressed up and likes to go do things. So really find your target audience and focus on it, because when you do that, you will see the benefits of doing that. The next thing I feel like I have learned is I have to put myself out there. If you do know me, you're probably like, you do put yourself out there, but I feel like I don't do that enough. Like, I did a pop-up shop before I moved to Texas. I didn't really want to do it because I was like, I got too much going on, but I still did it, and it was fine. I made like, I think $200 off that pop-up shop, but I didn't do it as well as I could have. I didn't promote that I was even going to be there. I didn't just have like this great table or anything, so I really had to put myself in the mindset of a customer. If I was a customer, would I come shop with this person? Would I come back and shop with this person? And that's kind of like not the same as putting yourself out there, but that is something that I had to really think about and realize, like, how does my customer see my business? And back to putting myself out there, I made a goal of finding a pop-up shop to be in Dallas, so that I can find customers here and just get out there, get on the scene, let people know that I am here. So I'm doing a pop-up shop this weekend, and I am friendly, but I'm not like, I just hate like, oh hi, buy this, like that's so awkward to me. So I am forcing myself to do that, and forcing myself to put myself out there for my business. So definitely put yourself out there. You can't just rely on social media marketing. That's huge. Like, you can't just post on Instagram and think people are just gonna buy your stuff. And I will say, when you first start a business, you'll probably have like a great month of like your friends and your family buying, and that might continue, but after that, like, you're gonna exhaust friends and family members to buy from you. You're gonna need to be reaching people outside of that. So you do have to just figure out ways to market yourself. I think pop-up shops are great for that, because you'll have people there, especially going to pop-up shops that have your target audience, or someone that's coming there to shop for, say, clothes and shoes in my case, as opposed to going to like a random pop-up shop where people are expecting, say, I don't know, arts and I don't know, but regardless, like, you have to go to pop-up shops that are beneficial. I think that another thing I would say is to be open. Like, I in the past have been very, like, I wouldn't say know-it-all, but I would say that I thought I knew a lot about business and all these things, and come to find out I know nothing. I knew nothing. I had to learn a lot of things. I'm very thankful for my friend Kyra. I'll put her info right here, but she has a boutique as well, and she does very well, and she gives me so much advice, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I also follow Jan Charté. She gives great advice as well. And you really just have to be a student of the game. Like, you cannot just think like, oh, I know what I'm doing and that's it. Like, you have to be continuously learning. I try to research and learn and do something for my website every single day. Like, I watch videos about ads, I watch videos about pop-up shops, I watch videos about growing your boutique. I am in an ads course. Like, you have to do these things, otherwise you won't grow, or you'll get to a point and you'll just be stuck because you're not trying new things and you're not just figuring out different ways to market people. Because social media is great, but you know that there is an algorithm that really messes everything up. Like, my posts don't get nearly as much engagement. So if I only relied on, say, posting on Instagram, that would give me no sales, because I don't even get sales from Instagram. I probably got one sale off Instagram, and that's my friend bought it. So it's like, you have to know where your sales are even coming from. Like, I know that I get most sales off of Facebook, so it would be crazy for me to think like, oh, because I do want to grow my Instagram following. So to be like, oh, I'm only going to post on Instagram, I'm going to neglect Facebook, that would be very ridiculous, and I would make no money. So you have to be conscious of all of these things and figure out just how to work them to your best advantage. Otherwise, you won't see any progress in your boutique. And as always, I write everything down. Like, I write my goals down. I write lists of things that I want to do. I write all kinds of things down. And before I started my boutique, I had a goal for my launch date. I just make sure I write down goals, and I continuously do that. Like, I say, like, a goal for a week is to make $500 in the week, and to post this many times on Instagram, post this on stories, do this kind of video, and show how to wear this with other items from my boutique. So definitely just write goals, set goals for yourself. Of course, set realistic goals. My leak Teal, she owns Curlbox, and this is way back in like 2018. I remember her saying set SMART goals, and SMART is like, I can't think of what the S means, but measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. I can't think of what the S means off the top of my head, but there was a point where I was setting goals for like monthly goals that weren't, I wouldn't say they weren't attainable, they weren't realistic. Like, you have to think about, like, how much inventory do I have? I don't have $20,000 worth of inventory, so I'm not gonna make $20,000 in a month. That doesn't make sense. So your inventory has to match your goal to an extent. So I am still working and figure things out, but I am very proud of my progress. I think that's something I'm also working on, just taking a moment being like, you know what, I am proud of where I am. Yes, I want to do so many more things. I want to have so many more followers. I want to have so much more in sales, but I am very proud of this moment, because I could have not started at all, or I could not be at this point, like starting a boutique in a pandemic and making $10,000 is, to me, that's huge. Like, people are really giving me their money. So I just wanted to share those things with you guys. If you are going to start a boutique, I do have a vendors list, which I will link below, and I would say just go for it. Like, one thing I couldn't do is sit and be like, oh, I'm still planning, or I'm still, like, make a list of like key things you need to do. Of course, make a website, of course, make an Instagram, of course, promo. Other than that, I personally think you don't have to have all your ducks in a row before you start. Otherwise, you won't. You'll be too busy trying to perfect something, and you won't ever start. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, visit my website. It is shardaisy.com, and it's also in the description box. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.